Welcome to a new episode of Bison Insider. I'm your host, Mr. John McLemore. Today I'm joined by a very special guest. I would almost call him a brother from another mother because we're both Texans. Please help me welcome Mr. Torrac Hayes. How are you doing, Mr. Hayes?
Doing pretty good, John. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. I'm enjoying this weather outside. And yourself?
Whenever I get a chance to go outside, I get to enjoy it. But, just been kind of busy with everything going on.
Gotcha. Well, let's start with some pretty easy questions, ones that I don't think you would have to study for. What is your position on center?
I am weekend residential supervisor.
Okay. And how long have you been working with the Burdick Job Corps?
I've been with Burdick for 6 years and 5 months on the 14th of this month.
Very nice. Very nice. A little bit more thought-provoking questions now. These are designed to make you think on your feet. The obvious answer may not be the correct answer, and there may not even be a correct answer. So what is your favorite hamburger joint?
Honestly, my favorite hamburger joint would have to be Whataburger from back home in Texas.
Okay, for the students who don't know what a Whataburger is, how about something a little bit more local?
Okay, so if we're talking local, I'd probably have to go with Five Guys. It's actually good cost for everything and great taste.
Okay. How about a favorite brand of tennis shoes?
I would have to go with Adidas for my favorite brand of tennis shoes. They're actually pretty comfortable and very functional for whatever I need for them to do. So,
Okay.
yeah, Adidas.
Okay, that works. Have you started any new hobbies or maybe perfected any hobbies while we've been in this isolation?
So, actually, recently I started, excuse me, podcasting. So I run a podcast called Cheshire's Place, a looking glass into logical madness. You can actually find the Facebook page out there. Um, I'm actually going to be recording episode 9 tomorrow afternoon. So I have quite a few listeners from here in the States, and I actually have some from overseas. And it's been a pretty good experience, getting my voice out there and just talking about different topics. It's been well received so far, and hopefully I can just keep it going for a while.
Very nice. Well, this is our, I believe, 11th episode for Bison Insider. So we're kind of on the right track here on the two of us here. Um, so, yeah, hypothetically speaking now, you're in a forest. You see a bear and a squirrel having a heated argument. By all accounts of what you can tell, the squirrel is very upset with the bear that the bear stole his stash of food. The bear and the squirrel, they look over and they see you listening to their argument and their conversation. The squirrel says, you're a big guy. Can you help me? How do you help the squirrel?
Wow, that's actually a tough one. I would start by wondering, why are two animals talking? Quite honestly, because I think I would be losing my mind at that point. In order to help the squirrel, oh, honestly, I think I'd have to walk away once I see talking animals.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy.
Okay. So your ninja skills wouldn't kick in?
No, there's a difference between being, an absolute warrior and having common sense and knowing when to walk away from certain situations. That is one of the times to walk away, because I'm not that good to be facing a bear, honestly.
Okay. That works. I get it. If you can be an insect, what insect would you be and why?
What kind of insect? Hmm. I think I would have to be an Australian tarantula hawk wasp. Yeah, I actually did some research on it for one of my podcasts, and there's actually a picture of it that you can look up on Google. It's a tarantula hawk wasp, and this thing almost looks like a face hugger from Alien. So I guess due to the fact of how interesting it looks, and it looks kind of scary, that's the type of insect I want to be because it's one of those that you definitely don't want to see ever in public.
Okay, I will. A Australian
Tarantula,
tarantula hawk
hawk,
wasp.
wasp. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up so I can put it on the side screen here so we can actually see it. Uh,
Okay.
I was actually kind of expecting you to say a praying mantis since they kind of look like they're always in a ninja pose. Uh,
Like, being a praying mantis is fine and everything, but it isn't original. I like to go with something that's a little more original, something a little more out there. So I'm definitely going to stick with my answer on this
I gotcha. That works. So, what do you think is one of the most important character traits in life? Not just in employment or not just in things that we do, but just in life in general.
one. Honestly, the best character trait that anyone could have is patience, because not everything is going to work out the way that you expect it to work out. So you just need to exercise patience and realize that the best things in life will come when you least expect it, and you have to have the patience to just wait for those things to happen for
Okay, very good. Very good. I like that answer. So we have a few more minutes left, and I still have a couple more questions for you. This one is more of a brain teaser. This is really going to make you think for a second. Uh, but a hunter, he finds 20 birds sitting on a branch. He decides to take a shot at one. How many are left on that tree branch?
you. All right, so a hunter takes a shot at 20. None, because if you take a shot at one, all of them are going to fly away.
Very, very correct. You have gotten the correct answer and in record time.
And I've been doing a lot of brain teasers on Facebook, so keeps me going.
Okay. Well, on a more serious note, this is a question that I always like to ask all the people that I interview. Um, do you have any words of encouragement for our students and even our staff during this time of trying situation?
The best advice I could give, and this is something I actually covered on a couple of my podcasts recently, is having a strong circle of support. Um, I like to define it within three smaller circles. You want to have your family support, you want to have your friend support, and for staff members, you want to have your work support. Now, there are certain things that you can't discuss relating to family to your work circle or to your friend circle. So you want to be able to differentiate those circles a little bit, but it's important to have those circles in order to keep you motivated and keep you going, especially during times like this.
Okay, those are very, very good words of encouragement, and I appreciate your openness to share with us. Unfortunately, that does mean that we are at the end of our time. I just want to remind everybody who is watching to make sure you go to our YouTube page, share this with your friends, make sure that they watch it. Head over to our Facebook page, mash that like button so you get to stay updated with all of our new episodes. Any news and any updates that we get, we usually try to put out there too. So sticking with tradition, sticking with the end of the way I always end these videos, one final thought. The final thought for today: why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because it would be a foot, wouldn't
You are very correct, sir.
it?
Pretty much taking the air out of my bad dad jokes, so thank you.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
Well, on that note, feeling dejected, I return and retreat back to the drawing board for yet another terrible joke. I want to leave everybody with the stay safe and we'll see you soon.
Take care.